4 minutes past the hour now, and more violence on the streets of Iran. Police reportedly beating back demonstrators, arresting dozens amid huge crowds of students. We're told these protests are highly unusual because they're targeting not only the Islamic Republic's president, but also the supreme leader, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. That is very unusual. There are reports of several protests in central Tehran, which is, of course, Iran's capital, but also more protests in several cities across the country that you see here on the map. And here you can see some of those crowds. Green, of course, is the symbol of the opposition movement, so when you see green in the crowd, that's what it means. This all comes on the day when Iran each year commemorates the deaths of 3 students during anti-American protests way back in 1953. Of course, we've seen more and more scenes like these of late, especially since Iran's contested presidential election back in July. And now we're told these protesters have gone from demanding their votes be counted to challenging the government and its leaders. With us with more now is Farid Gadar. He's a one-time vice minister for the Shah of Iran and his government, which the Islamic Revolution overthrew. He's now with the nonpartisan Washington think tank, the Center for Strategic and International Studies, as well as a professor at Penn State University. Good luck against LSU. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Nice to be with you, Shepard.
All right, look. Today, the Iranian government has shut down all communications for 3 days. They've slowed down the internet, however you do that. They've managed to do it. And they're telling reporters, if you see something, you can't say something. Is that the gist of it? And what's happening inside?
No, absolutely, that's the gist of it. And in addition to that, in central Tehran, they've closed down the cell phone capability. And 2 days before, the mothers of the women who have been shot or killed were basically arrested. So they put down everything they can, and they put out thousands of besiegers in the street just to make sure nothing happens.
Thousands of what?
And despite that, these are the besieged. These are the paramilitary people that they put on the streets to make sure that nothing happens. And despite that, you saw massive demonstrations all over Tehran, Shiraz, and other cities.
What are they doing to people who send video like that clip we showed a minute ago with all the green in it? That comes from YouTube. That's a source we have over there, so we believe it to be authentic. But, of course, they won't let us in the country, so we certainly can't tell you for sure.
That's correct, but we have 2 or 3 indications. We have what they're saying in the context of what they're saying. We also have signs on the walls, which we sort of can speculate what time that would be. But more importantly, you can also see the trees, so you can know what time of the year it is. So we have some indication it's fairly accurate. But not only that, we hear it from all sorts of people telephoning us and telling us as well.
Well, the last time
I was watching, the videos are kind of interesting.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was just going to say the last time we saw something like this, a bunch of people ended up arrested, and we were led to believe some of them were executed.
That is correct, and more importantly, thousands still remain in arrest, and we don't know how many. And there's actually been, killings and rapings in the prison. And in fact, one of the doctors who blew the whistle was then poisoned and died just a week ago. So, yeah, absolutely, it's outrageous what's happening. But the amazing thing is that the people are still in the street demonstrating. And as you mentioned earlier, that they're really not only discussing Ahmadinejad and whether he should be president, but really basically asking whether you want an Islamic Republic. And if you look at some of the flags that are being demonstrated in the demonstrations, the flags are missing the Islamic Republic seal in the middle of the flag. So they're going back to the red, white, and green without any Islamic symbol. That's very telling.
I'll say, Farid Gadar, thank you so much. And the reason it's so telling is that those people, the supreme leaders, the Ayatollah Khamenei, is supposed to be, under the Islamic Revolution terms, sent by God to do that job. So in protesting, they're protesting against their own creator. The final frontier is next.